This is interesting. This is also pizza. Welcome, ladies and gents. We were trying to do a different pizza map, the one from Wandering Warriors Cup called Pizza, and then that wasn't working. So I just searched for pizza randomly on the mod center, and someone made a pizza map a couple years ago. Here's a pizza. It's looking pretty bare from a distance, but if you really look, you could see the toppings. There's some lamb on the pizza. There's some pebbles on the pizza. There's some golds, could maybe be like some peppers. I don't know what wood would be. Wood would be wood would maybe be like some spice of some kind or something. Ooh, yeah, gold could be the garlic. It could be the basil on the pizza. Yeah, thank you, chat. Chat's doing great. We got 8 players. We have 8 kings. There's also this very weird terrain out here. I need to know what this does. What does this kill you? Does this do nothing? Is this... Can you build on this? I have no clue. I've never seen anything like this before. But we'll introduce the players here. And 8 players will only be one winner in the end. The kings do explode, which is the norm in our community game. So, in the orange, we have a player who you may recognize from the video titled The Great Gaslighter. And I am really excited to see him play because he was so freaking funny to watch. He would he was a bad teammate, and then he kept he kept making the guy he was being a bad teammate to feel bad about it. Like it was his fault. Oh, it was so funny. Arizona Rangers playing as the Spanish. In the red, we have Lorhey, experienced community game player. Very dangerous.
Yes.
He says, and I quote, "The rigging bot has made people hate me," because he's gotten selected a decent amount, I guess. We're talking about the map. He's playing as the Mongols. In the blue, we've got the Byzantines for Dr. Manfred. In the gray, we have Samara, who's playing as the Burgundians. In the teal, we have Spaz the Adventurer playing as the Berbers. In the purple, we have Arion playing as the Mayans. And then in the green, we have Skillzoo playing as the Britons. Oh, and then I forgot Nick. And my bad, Nick. Nick is here playing as the Portuguese. And Nick just followed rule number 1. So now everyone has allied each other, which is the very first basic thing to do. Now, kind of a funny thing. The host of this sent a screenshot. And it was of his heart rate that his fitness app was giving him. Apparently, his heart rate had spiked 20 to 30 beats per minute just because he was selected to be host here. So he's extremely nervous. So I imagine some other people, I think Purple's here for the first time, might be a little concerned, might be a little nervous here. They're chatting. There's different techniques, right? You can be like, oh, we could form a great empire. We could dominate this pizza. Rah. Or you could just be like Blue and you could say, I want to be friends. I suck. So I guess that's a strategy. The map doesn't look like it actually has that many resources on it. It must be a thin crust pizza. Like one of those healthy pizzas. Ugh.
Yes.
But, you know, pizza's pizza. It's still going to be a good pizza. It's still going to be a good game. We know this game can't be bad. Because a bad pizza is still all right. That's the thing about pizza. That's at least my opinion. Skills who goes to Purple says, hey, Purple, we're both lower elo players and neighbors. Let's be friends to the end if you like. So they're using the early elo or the lobby elo to make alliances. Yo, Manfred, do you like trades? Says Arizona. Manfred says, hey, Arizona, sure. And then Spaz changes chat settings for my benefit and says, T90, just so you know, I'm eating supper right now. Okay, well, that explains the lack of scouting. But hey, I'm sorry to, you can't just not enter community games so there's a community game, I guess. But Mom also made a nice dinner. So Spaz is going to eat during Dark Age. It might be a long one. Look at Gray. My dear allies, let's make an honest promise. No one steals relics, okay? Wasn't Samara in a game where a relic was stolen recently? Also, the relic generation isn't exactly fair. There's a relic here. There's a relic here. There's a relic here. And then there's a relic here. So there's 4 relics. 3 of them are kind of in the same... Oh, there's 5. Sorry, there's one over here as well. And Gray says, I'm going to pick my relic, but no one else's. Yeah, I think Gray asked someone to give their relic back, and that someone did not give the relic back initially, and then there were problems in that game. That will probably have hit YouTube by the time this one eventually does. So, hello, YouTube. Anyways, we're chilling, guys. So I would like to ask my Twitch chat possibly the most controversial question when it comes to pizza. And you know how it works. 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm going to opt for a 3 for sometimes. Pineapple on pizza. Why are people answering before they even say the question? Pineapple on pizza. Thoughts? Are you in the yes category? Are you in the no category? Are you in the lame category of taking a middle stance on this topic? Oh, man, this is close. Yikes. And we also have, like, some people are going crazy with the ones and crazy with the twos. They're very, very emotional about this. All right, well, I'm lame. I'm in the middle of the road, all right? Sometimes, if the mood is right, if, you know, you maybe have had other pizzas too frequently, not speaking from experience, sometimes pineapple on pizza can be good. Please don't unsubscribe. Please don't leave. Please don't unsubscribe. I could alienate all of you here. Stay. But other times, they're just kind of like, nah, you just need to go for any other option. So, yeah, that's my take on it. That's a very middle-of-the-road take. I know it sucks. I know it's boring, but that's where I sit on it. And I don't really know why people are so emotionally opposed. They must really not like it. Okay, to the people that don't like pineapple on pizza, are you also not a fan of pineapple in general, or are you okay with pineapple? It's just pizza is a sacred place. I did pull it depends for freaking pizza. I did. But it does depend. All of life depends. Pineapple is great, but it ruins pizza. Okay. Pineapple's okay. Love pineapple, but never on my pizza. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, we've got it out of the way. It would be interesting if these people formed diplomatic stances based on their opinions on pizza. That would be fun. Like, hey, do you like pepperoni pizza? No, not for me. All right, let's kill him. Nick says, not a lot of wood. Leave my Fattorias alone. And I'll sling. I'll pay rent, swear. Well, that's a strategy. By the way, my capture age is bugged right now. And the power text is repeating itself because of the bug. And hopefully it doesn't crash. It crashed a bunch earlier today, too. You know what I could do if I was a massive sellout? Because you guys are really emotional about this pineapple thing. I could say people who are pro pineapple on pizza, subscribe. People who are anti pineapple on pizza, donate. Oh, would have been sick. Can you imagine just like, boom, just like 25 subs just fly in like that. I'm not a sellout though, so I won't do that. What's Gray talking about right now? These people are chatting a lot. Gray says, just a little advice to you. Be wary of Lorhey. He is high elo and pro commie gamer. And Arizona says, thank you. I will keep that in mind. And Arizona goes to Lorhey and says, Gray is scheming versus you already. Oh, the snitch. The snitch, bro. That's so funny. So, Lorhey is, I was going to get to this. He is a player who's very experienced. And the fact that he has that information now is not going to bode too well for Gray, most likely. Gray is trying to form a squad. And Lorhey says, if Gray is scheming, Blue must know. And I'm checking the chat history here. And Blue did not receive the messages, oddly enough. I wonder why. I don't know. Arizona says Manfred Gray is scheming. Beware. And now Lorhey says, I think he's trying to feel him out. He says, any progress in befriending your neighbor? Manfred says, Orange says he is scheming. And then he says, okay, in what way? So I think Lorhey doesn't trust Dr. Manfred right now. He thinks that Dr. Manfred might know, but Dr. Manfred does not know. So, Zarquan, thank you for the 53 months. He says 53 pineapples on pizza. Thank you, Z Clarky. Thank you, oh, God. Bohum. Back up. Bohumir. Thank you for the prime. I'm so sorry. Now, res on map is not that plentiful with wood. Just 400,000 wood is not a lot of trees to work with. So, gold seems decent enough. And shout out to the creator of this for making the map, saving our day, because the other map we were trying to use did not work. So, blue is trading already. Now, I recognize blue. Blue's been around a bit. Blue's not quite as quick as some of the others, so is definitely lower elo as he described. Generally speaking, making trade carts this early in the game does indicate that as well. It is usually a bit better to prioritize dropping town centers and getting vills up for now. I've still yet to see anything walk on this terrain. It kind of reminds me of some of the volcanic terrain from the volcano map I made a video about. As Skillzoo's trying to talk to Teal and says, hey, bleep, want to be allies. I love the chat filter. I love how the average age of someone who plays Age of Empires 2 is probably like 30. And still, like, there's not a toggle for that. That's my favorite. Arizona Ranger is an interesting character. Gray says, hi only to you. Would you like to trade? Oh, look, there's a unit on the terrain. Okay. Would you like to trade? We have a nice line between us. Arizona says, sure thing, but remember, trust is a fragile thing. Let's go, Arizona. Let's go, Arizona. I love this player, man. If you didn't watch Regicide Rumble 5, you really need to. And in his game, his diplomacy was hilarious. He says, trust is a fragile thing and greed is eternal. And Skillzoo still can't say the name of Teal. I don't know. I assume he's trying to say Spaz. He tried to put a space between each letter now. Hey, Spaz, that was blurred somehow. Want to be friends. Oh, the chat filter honestly really pisses me off, but I'm not going to rant about it. I promised myself no ranting about chat filter. No ranting about pathing. No ranting about Tarkins and their lack of thump today. So, it is kind of interesting, though, because Spaz doesn't know he's being talked to. That message could be going somewhere else. And if that is a bad word, according to the chat filter, why is the username allowed? Well, if you attach adventurer to it, it's allowed. Nick says, sorry if I don't chat too much. Focused on a lot, not having a heart attack for one. Yeah, he's chilling right now. And we'll see how this game goes. The favorite, at least with the boom, would be Spaz. And he's got 3 markets. And these markets are going to trade. Wow, trade is actually going to be really brutal here. Because you normally would go corner to corner. You can't build in the corner. And then, do you want to trade across the middle of the map? Like where the pizza is sliced? Probably not. So I guess you would have want to trade over, yeah, like over towards blue, I guess.
Yes.
Gray's chatted a lot this game. Missed some of it, honestly. I think maybe there wasn't anything, and he's just seeing, like, do you see the messages? Says Teal, do you copy? Teal says yes. Oh my god, Lorhey's trying to talk to Spaz as well, and it keeps getting bleeped. Gray kind of wants to cut the alliance short on your side, bleep. That's so funny. Again, it's like, Okay, apparently they don't want that word. That's on their list of things that are not allowed. But apparently it does not apply to usernames, which are just directly in the game anyhow. Also, Spaz has played before. It's alright. At least there's no docking on this map. Because someone once saw my dock position and tried to say, nice dock. They wouldn't let that happen. They wouldn't let that compliment come through for some reason. Gray says, busy scheming. Gray is a bit of a schemer, and Gray's schemes have been passed along to Lorhey. And Lorhey's going to trade. So. Oh, what the? What the? Oh my god. Arizona Ranger hits Nick. Nick was just trying to hang out and be safe. And Nick almost dies. He's on his way to Imp. I'm so lucky I saw that, guys. It just happened to be on screen. And Nick now is going to yell. It says, Orange tried on me. And Arizona Ranger deletes the conquistadors. It says, no? Question mark? Yellow's like, WTF, Orange? And Purple sees the bodies, too. Purple says, dim bodies. I love how Orange tried to delete the evidence. That's epic. He tried to deny it, too. And Nick says, want to apologize. Oh, this gets fun, guys, because Arizona Ranger is a real chatter. And he's going to have to talk his way out of this one now. What do you do? Say, sorry, bro, I tried to kill you? Yellow seems pretty cool. He says, we can forget it as good try it content. And Arizona says, sure, I'm sorry. Sends 1,000 gold. And Lorhey... Lorhey is proud of his teammates. Says, want to do it again, but with more funds. And Nick says, give me some stone, too, for the castle. So Lorhey's basically like, good job. You should try it again. You should kill him. And Arizona receives resources from Lorhey. Lorhey is proud of that move and wants to make sure it works. Wow. Nick seems happy with the agreement. Well, Nick, you can't trust that guy. You cannot trust Orange now. And honestly, if someone's going to try and kill you like that, I think you should ask for more. I think you should ask for more resources. I guess you're going to get Fatorias, but still. That was some early action there for Arizona Ranger. And elsewhere, we'll see if the military count spikes up. Not really, like, seeing a lot. And Purple's making some plumes in defense. That's not much. Blue has made a couple units. It looks like that's not much. I don't think we'll see any other snipes. So, most likely just stockpiling resources for now. Holy crap. You remember that joke I made about donos for one thing and subs for the other? Well, Batoja donated 50 bucks, said no pineapple ever. And then Pineapple Hater 420... Pineapple Hater 420 donated $10 and said pineapple on pizza is awful, and if you like it, you should feel bad. Okay. There you go, guys. And then we also had Rough Rock sub. We had Black Patchy 39 subscribe. 80 or Addy, thank you for the 27. And thank you, Chef Randy. Thank you for the 21. People are going to show up and subscribe and not realize they're advocating for pineapple on pizza. And whoa, now Nick. Oh, wait, hold on. Nick goes to Lorhey and says, Red, just to you. How do you feel about that snipe attempt on me? We could make space, implying that Orange should die. Lorhey says, I'm not happy. I will sponsor your defense. And Lorhey sends resources to Yellow as well. So Lorhey is funding the fight between Orange and Yellow while sitting back, watching it all. Interesting. That's some pretty next level stuff right there, if you ask me. Very hard to see all the orange text on the orange pizza terrain. Yellow says, remove the wall. I don't like you hiding behind a wall. Arizona says, let me make this clear. You are in no position to make demands. Yo, this is so aggressive. Yellow says, Nick says, I'm not making demands, just trying to make friends. And walling makes me sus. Well, I think the ship has sailed on friendship between you two. There are some relationships that just can't be saved. So I think you two should just attack each other and get it over with. This is not... There is no storyline here where you two suddenly become fond of each other. Clearly, this is going to turn into a battle of some kind. But yes, for now, the wall of friendship, I suppose. Wait, can you walk around this? Wow, so you can't full wall on this map. Gray, speaking to everyone in the West, pretty much, says, the game is progressing, someone might snap. Well, it's also including Lorhey in those messages. So, I don't know about that. I mean, right now, the experienced players have gone to 197 eco, or 100, like 200 eco, basically. The second warfare is going to break out. They're going to delete villagers for pop space. They're getting as many resources as possible. But yeah, we've got a wall right through the pizza here. Thank you, Huggy, so much for the 16 months. He says, are you confident of winning Wandering Warriors Community Cup? Arbase to rig you into a nice group yet? Huggy, honestly, I mean, I'm going to be very busy, so I'm getting my excuses ready, clearly. I'm going to be very busy, and we had a lot of really solid players sign up. Like, last time, I was 2K3, and we had the second highest ranked players were like 1900 or 2K. But now, we have some 2K2 and 2K3 players in as well. So, I think the upper group in the Community Cup should actually be pretty competitive. Be fun. Purple's just adding, I have an alliance with green. Purple speaking to gray, speaking to teal. So it's kind of, yeah, it definitely feels like the West has an alliance. Lorhey saying to Orange, you called Gray a snitch earlier, didn't you? So there's an idea. So I think Lorhey is saying you should go kill him. Question for you, chat. Do you think Lorhey's coming off a teensy little bit, like, better than everybody? Like, super confident? Like that guy who's won games before? Like, he's the king of the game right now? I'm getting that vibe a little bit. Just a little bit. I have a peaceful trade nation. Who are your enemies? Do you need funds? So Lorhey is still trying to fund the wars of the world. And Arizona coming to him for advice now, saying yellow kind of hates him. Green says, we're low elo. We have no enemies except ourselves at this stage of the game, but thanks. Okay, that's a classic. That's a classic. We are low elo. The only enemies we have are ourselves. For now. So once we get past that hurdle, we'll be fine. But yes. Gray says, shall we make our move first or wait? So he is not including yellow. He's not including orange. It's somebody else in those messages. I can't tell. There's too much happening. Oh, he's not including green in that either. That's a bit weird. Coco says Lorhey is CIA 100%. Well, let's see. So far, he approved of orange attacking yellow. Paid him more money to get the job done. Then went to yellow and said, we're in support of you, but we can't help you with actually fighting. So we're going to pay you to defend yourself. So he's played both sides there, and now he's... I mean, he said elsewhere that he's a peaceful trade nation, and he's willing to back them in any way. Greg says, T90, can we appreciate for a moment they've stayed in their slice so far? No one has expanded sideways. Yeah, I guess to expand sideways, though, you have to kill somebody. But it does look very nice for the minimap. Me, you, red. Did you forget already? And I think blue's a little confused. Orange isn't included in that. I'm a little surprised that gray isn't including green in that, but I think I just assumed green would be involved. I guess green's pretty far from gray. So gray would want to incorporate blue and teal at least. And Arizona Ranger says, so how is everyone's doing? Have you had a nice evening so far? And I'd like to hear yellow chime in here. They have completed the Great Wall of Friendship. Look at all the trade running through the pizza right now. Blue says, I'm stressed out. And yeah, this is going to get even more stressful here soon. Lots of useless terrain on the outside. Units can go there. It'd be kind of sick to sneak out there. No one's looking there. Imagine a bunch of trebuchets and cav archers running along there. But the fighting will begin shortly, guys. 63 army for Orange. He seems ready to go. He's got trebs as well. And Orange showed earlier that he's ready, always ready to make a snipe. Orange typing to yellow again. And says, what have we got here? And Nick says defense on that gap. Like, the fact that Orange is questioning this castle and that yellow now has to defend the positioning of it and why it's there is just another sign these two have problems. They have a true border conflict. It's almost like one of these guys is very pro pineapple on pizza, and the other doesn't want to be anywhere near someone who would dare put pineapple on pizza. Yellow says, you wanted tension? Well, now we've got borders. Dude, I respect Yellow because I don't think he's as good. Maybe I'm wrong because they haven't fought yet. I respect his sass and his sternness to Orange, who I think is the better player here. Arizona says, you could at least build a gate. Also, you're in all chat lol. That's true. Nick is saying this to everybody, which isn't a good sign. Nick's defense is, I don't need to hide in shadows. I speak to all. Let's go, Nick. Right when I think you're gonna screw up, you just come back with something epic. But still, it's not like if you're bickering with somebody else, people might even know you're weak, right? They might know not to team with you. Gray is talking about red, and Arizona snitching again. Says Gray is scheming. Lorhey said Yellow said I don't need to hide in the shadows, and Lorhey said to Yellow, and yet it seems whoever you talk to does not. Okay, well now Orange is not chatting to Red. Says, so hypothetically, if Gray made a play versus Red, who would you back? This is a ballsy move from Arizona, because I think the only person that really will support him this game is Red. Obviously, Lorhey's in it for his own game, but Lorhey needs Arizona Ranger in this game. So if they snitch, it could be a problem. Neither. I haven't been able to make friends since you made tension, so I don't know. Oh my god, and now Yellow, Arizona had that little sneaky message go to Yellow, who's blabbing his mouth to the whole world. So that's going to look super sus. But I guess no one's going to know exactly what that means. Yellow goes to Red and says, Orange scheming against you, want to hit him. Yo, he figured it out. He says him and Gray talking about it. Yo, let's go. Nick found the messages. Oh. He says he asked me to join. Now, that's exactly what's happening right now. And now Green goes, Lorhey, I hear Orange asking hypothetically Yellow, what if he chooses if Gray attacks you? Just a heads up. Okay, so that's two people coming to Lorhey saying that Gray and Orange are scheming. And so I think Lorhey has some really interesting decisions to make. But how do you approach this? I think you'd want to go to blue and say, be ready to defend us. If he's even going to do that. And then you have to make a move on Orange with Yellow. Depends how fast this happens. It's all chatter right now. Orange does say, if you want to make a play, do it swiftly. Gray is ready. Gray's been talking about this forever. And Gray has a team that backs him. And Purple now says Blue is going to attack. And okay, now Yellow makes a move. Yellow makes a move on Orange. And Orange immediately screams, Yellow killed me. Now, is that a question? Are you requesting that he kill you? Or are you saying, hey guys, Yellow is killing me? Because if you want Yellow to kill you, that is what he's here for. And Orange is panicking. He's on the other side of it now. And let's see how this plays out, right? Because Orange could be considered the bad guy. Yellow could be considered the bad guy. And Blue is going to defend Orange. And Lorhey is going to send resources to Orange so he can defend himself and not get involved. And Yellow needs support from somebody. Green might not want this fight. So Yellow is on his own for the time being. And, I mean, 1v2, I just don't know if I'm seeing the units. Like, if it's Paladin, maybe. And Gray is being called upon by Orange. Red's still not supporting anybody. Red's also got a fake in a lot of these castles with units inside the castles. And Nick is going to say something to Blue. Now, I think Blue might back up on this. Dr. Manfred's a lower elo player. I think he was doing what he feels is right. But he says, Yellow says he's a rat, don't go with him. And now Lorhey is sending resources to Orange and Blue. I guess to kill Yellow right now. He's continuing to fund all this. Oh god, the gate. Oh, the wall is down. The cav archers are in. Yeah, Yellow's in trouble. Yellow's in trouble because not only is it 2 people attacking him, but then he has no support, and the 2 people attacking him are being slung resources by the almighty Lorhey, who, with his great power, can threaten the world with his Mongol strength anytime he wants. So no one will do anything about it. And Yellow has gone for Fatorias, so he's got 4 of them and a lot of pop space he can't have. Yeah, he can't deal with this. Can't deal with this. I think Yellow might die. It's a crappy situation for Yellow right now. Feels like one. Because, unfortunately, things haven't worked out for him. It's not something that he's necessarily done. A lot of people will be disappointed to see the person who got betrayed earlier by Orange get sniped here. But, I mean, you got to try to run. You got to try and hide or something. There goes the king. Green says, I fear we have to let Yellow die, right? Yes. I think it's the right play. I think you might have to let him die. Yellow's now going to flee. Orange is looking for that king. No, don't explode out here, Yellow. It's exploding kings, guys. Send your king to someone's base to boom him. Well, hold on. We'll see if Orange uses treason. He did it a lot in Regicide Rumble. Okay, signals. Signals passing word along. Lorhey's even signaling the location of the king. Is it just me, or are units slower on this terrain? Or maybe it started to lag. I mean, clearly Yellow is trying to make his way to Orange's base to take him out, right? Orange cannot allow this to happen. Yellow, you've got to make your move. I don't know. It does kind of feel like Yellow's actually trying to stay alive. No one is coming to his aid because that would just start a war. They're going to just let him die and not get involved. And freaking Lorhey continues to signal the location of Nick's king. And not send Nick any resources at this point. Nick might actually hold on for a minute. Trebs are going down. Lots of Cavalier. Lots more in queue for Yellow. Yellow will actually live. Let's go, Nick. Props to Nick. This is a tough spot. Now, he's going to have to chat his way out of this. Or maybe this distraction will give Lorhey an opportunity to make a move versus Orange or something. But Gray's even here now. What did Nick do besides exist and want peace? What did he do to deserve this treatment? And now Lorhey is sending Gray resources to finish him off. So even another player is receiving resources to kill Nick. I am on Team Nick right now. Let's go, Nick. Hold on, my friend. Hold on. Hold on, and maybe they will target someone else. The king is on the move. The king could go into the TC at least. The Cav Archers are not enough from Orange. Orange doesn't have Siege. I want to hear Nick, like, scream to everybody. Is that all you've got? Right? Are you not entertained? Like, come on. The whole world's against him. No one will help him. People are funding these attacks that are too cowardly to get involved. Nick, you might want to repair that castle, but he's got 120 Cavaliers, guys. He's not going anywhere quietly. As long as that castle gets repaired anyways. Varian in chat says, my name is Nick as well, and this is the most praise I've ever heard from T90. This is true. I have praised Nick more than I maybe ever praised you in a community game. Maybe? I'm sorry. Not sure if that's my doing or yours. Maybe a little bit of both. So, let's see how long he can hold here. I mean, he does still have 3 Fatorias, so he does have resources coming in. And he's still got a crazy queue. His castle's being repaired. Huh! The king is in Green's base now. Oh, dude, Green, you gotta ship this guy out of here. Express shipping. Overnight it. Green sees it and says, welcome. This is a problem because they're gonna... Lorhey will see this and he'll think, oh, I can kill 2 people at once. Is he looping around to get back to Orange's base, maybe? Lorhey says, Green, beware. Yellow's king is in your base. He might boom you. Well, Green has done nothing to deserve the boom. Well, maybe he has because he hasn't helped at all. But I think the king will die for Yellow. He should have stayed in his base. He would have survived a lot longer, but... Okay, he's in Green's castle, but Green ejected it, or he ejected it. I can't tell which. Man, I keep waiting for the story of Nick to end, but the story of Nick just continues. He's actually just gone for a little tour of the world before he dies. He's back home. Back in a fully repaired castle. Green says, I'm kind of nervous. Yeah. So, I mean, how many people is it going to take? Lorhey has not really been hugely involved. He's now sending Gray more resources. Arizona Ranger more resources. Skills you more resources. Blue more resources. And Nick, poor innocent Nick, says, all I wanted was friends, guys. Like, he's done nothing wrong. It's so crazy, guys. Like, I'll have people show up and they'll say they're worried about community games because they might not be, you know, as experienced or something. And I always say something along the lines of, you can Diplo your way out of any bad situation, and even if you're a bit weaker in skill, it's going to be fine. Not to be worried. I'm here to tell you, it's not always fine. This is just a reminder that life is cruel. It's not always going to be fine. It would be crazy if Nick could open this gate and run into Orange's base. It seems like that might be his plan here. But... at least he realizes they'll probably still eventually die, but this is just crazy. And the king is in this TC now. And it continues to be signaled. That gate will go down for Orange. The king is still hiding and waiting for its time. The gate does go down. Nick does not have a lot more Cavalier in queue. I think he's out of resources. If there's a time, this is it. I just don't know. Does he have enough to clear the path, to clear the way, to clear the front line? He needs to run now, and he needs to hope that the distractions are enough. Are you kidding me, Nick? Oh my god. He's going to run through the Trebs. Are the Trebs gonna block? No! This is why you shouldn't have eaten so many cheeseburgers, King! You gotta take out the Trebs, Nick! Quick! Oh! He's making a run for it! The Cav Archers see him. He dies. And he dies in a way that at least affects Orange. I mean, a brutal game for Nick. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Life is just not fair sometimes. But the explosion will hurt Orange. And that's what he would have wanted. It sends a message and he's out of the game. But life failed you, Nick. The world failed you. Honestly. And I hope those who played a role in this will someday receive justice. And it was a good fight to hang on. So who is like most at fault for that? Well, you have blue, gray, and orange. But then you would also say that Lorhey kind of made it all happen. Yes. Gray, Spaz didn't do too much with that. Spaz was just here chopping trees. And then I guess like purple and green were just kind of sitting idly by and didn't do anything, but still. And Lorhey still sending resources to people. And as Lorhey's sending resources to people, there are people talking about killing him. Now, if you send people resources, your score drops because you have less resources banked. So it does keep your score a bit lower and boost their score. But it also, funds them to potentially kill you. Everyone but Orange is absolutely stacked with resources. Let's see. Ray says, it's obvious he has tons of res and bought all the stone. Look at the price. Ooh. So that's funny because he doesn't have all the stone. You bought the stone. Gray and purple bought the stone. It does seem like they're all talking about killing red. And Lorhey says, the others were just sitting there in peace watching you waste resources. And Arizona says, I know, don't care. Also, Orange just converted Nick's Fatoria. Nick, are you here? Can we get some input from Nick on this situation? How are you feeling right now? we need to know how Nick is feeling. Is Lewis Nick in chat? Yeah, I'm here. I'm mad. I don't blame you. Guys, it was the host. It was the person we picked to be host. Has been subbed to the stream for so long, too. Oh. Well, so I tell you that Lorhey has been sending res to everyone who is attacking you. That seems to be his game plan. And now they are all... The world is becoming more aware that that's what Lorhey is doing, and Lorhey will be a problem. Also, how much wood is on the map? 46K? We're almost out of trees already. Whoa. Let's look at wood stockpiles then. 35K for Lorhey's the highest. Yeah, I think, I mean, he walked all the way over here. So did Blue to chop the trees. They did recognize this. And Lorhey says Teal is just plundering any resource he can from the slice. So, chat, I'm a little confused. Like, there's a lot of chat, but I'm still not fully aware of what the teams are. Can't quite figure it out just yet. Like, obviously, Orange feels like the younger brother of Lorhey who will do whatever Lorhey wants. For now, at least. Maybe someday he'll try and beat up his older bro. But for now, it feels like he's dependent on him. Lorhey is just happy to see everyone else fight. But I think Lorhey needs to at least start some fights before they all turn around and attack him. And then, like, purple and blue are talking to each other, which makes no sense. I don't know, like, maybe purple's not trying to talk to blue. Maybe they are, but, like, you'd think he'd be talking, like, gray and blue would be talking right now. I'm still trying to figure this out. Spaz sent some wood to Orange because he felt bad about taking the trees. Lorhey says, up your production and I will sponsor it. So he sent a lot of resources already. He's sponsoring these nations. That's his strategy here. That's his gameplay. He's played standard community games. He's done the normal thing. Now he's a sponsor. I need to take out the barracks to the north. Great, please help. What is Blue talking about? Oh, these. What? Whose barracks were those? Were those Grays? Or whose were those? Ah, purple. That's a little sneaky. Okay. So I guess purple just deleted them. Spaz talking to Orange about their plans. This is definitely a game where there's a little bit too much chatter for me, and they're all different directions. So it's definitely harder to track. But Orange is asking others how they feel about Gray. Others are talking about how Red's a problem. And Lorhey says, I feel the tides are turning, but against me. Yeah, they absolutely are. I think they've turned against him a little bit with my chat here as well, just because everyone was very pro-Nick and not anti-Nick. But the others don't necessarily know. I guess a lot of people received resources. Skillsy says, hello, T90. If you queue up all your production but don't produce, your score looks really nice. Ooh, let's look at his buildings. Every castle's fully queued. Every barracks is fully queued. Every barracks is fully queued. And every range is fully queued. So he's got 24 ranges. He's got 29 barracks. He's got 6 castles. So he's got... Can someone math that for me? That's obviously hundreds of military. Every single one. Oh, my word. Yeah, so his score is nice and low. That's pretty smart. Because he doesn't have the res in the bank anymore. Ty the Viking says, I feel bad for Nick. Just wanted a friend. No one answered the call to friendship. Yep. I understand it from Green's perspective because Green didn't want to get involved and be killed by 3 people. I understand it from Orange's perspective because Orange tried to kill him initially. So, yeah. Lorhey says, Perp is advanced military to the middle, as is Teal, and I don't know why Orange says no Gray is traitor. There's so much chat. There are games where there's no chat. There's too much for me right now. Gray doesn't want to break the alliance with Red yet. Maybe Red said something along the lines like he's worried that there's a scheme and Orange is working with the others. Like is from Gray. I saw him from Kami games before. He just gathers res and then strikes. He's talking about Red. I mean, that's not too wrong, but I mean, every player banks res. Like, what are Gray's resources? Yeah, Gray's doing a good job of being like, everybody else is the bad guy. I'm your friend. Which, that doesn't mean that Gray's not being truthful in friendship. And they're going to advance. It's about to happen. I think Lorhey has made a regrettable move of trying to not fighting his own battles, maybe. Or maybe his experience has simply just got the most of him, the best of him here. But we got Spaz turn. We have a Ryan turn. And we'll see who else turns right now. But it feels like Gray is going to turn as well. Yeah, Gray is running through before he turns. Gray says, Lorhey, for enough bribe, I'll help you? Whoa. But I mean, help as in like help pass him to the afterlife? Or help as in some other kind of help? Because this looks like the afterlife kind of help. Well, Lorhey's going to die to this. I don't know if he gets sniped right here. But he is going to die to this. There was no way he could stop this. This would be the time for teammates to support. But there is no teammate. Blue is fighting him. The only person that's missing is Orange. And Orange just says sorry. Like, all the people that Lorhey paid to kill Nick are not coming to Lorhey's defense, and Lorhey dies to Gray, like just like that. He gets killed off very quickly. Top score down. And Orange does feel bad about it. It says, I'm not going to join a 1v4 on the losing side, which is absolutely spot on. So that was like, that maybe a little bit of karma going Lorhey's way. Some people will feel like maybe Orange deserves a little bit of karma at some point, but Lorhey simply too strong to exist. And Arizona Ranger, this is a great call. Arizona Ranger is almost like he's watching the full game like we are. He says, listen, guys, we need to take Gray now, which is kind of my vibe, too. I think Gray is dangerous. Because Gray is the next Lorhey. Gray is the guy who's like, hey, I'm the guy. I'll help you all out. Arizona Ranger says he is stronger than he seems. He melts castles. Well, that's true. The units as well. So I think like one of your goals as a player, honestly, should be a player who doesn't make many waves or get talked about a lot in a negative light for at least until 4 people are dead. Orange has been an enemy. Gray is now being discussed. I did like Gray's line. He said, Lorhey, the bribe was in blood, it would seem. Mwahaha. He didn't say mwahaha. I added that, but Spaz is probably worried because he's top score right now and Berbers are really tough to kill. So he is probably like really concerned. And by the way, wood update, there's only 2,000 wood left on the map. Holy. And only 1,500 gold left on the map. So whoever is involved in a conflict where their trade dies is screwed, even if they don't get attacked. This actually technically could be... This could technically be a big stalemate for a while because no one will want to lose their trade, but there are lots of resources. Gray says, bleep just to you, which he probably meant spaz, because spaz you can't say, apparently. Would you, king, like to have a faithful queen? And then says, Teal, your nick is filtered. Now... Gray is talking about this queen nonsense to other people? Oh, but those 2 people are dead. Okay, never mind. And Teal says, does sound very nice.
Yes.
Gray says, we too till the end. Well, their trade, where's that going? So obviously trade here for Teal. Gray's trade is running down to Orange, which is actually quite bad because it's through the middle of the map. But I think we just witnessed a marriage, guys. Oh, wait. No. Okay, so their families will not bond and be married until someone else dies. I see. Well, that makes sense. You know, the king's going to hand off the daughter if, you know, an entire civilization is wiped off the map. Okay. Gray says, I don't know who to attack first. Blue is a good ally. Purple, too. Well, you got to decide somebody. Could go for Orange. Orange is on the other side of the map.
Yes.
Arizona Ranger needs to talk his way out of this one because I really don't think he's in a good spot diplomatically. Says blue only to you. Teal and Gray are biggest threat right now, which is correct. I don't know how someone who was so wrong early on in this game, who I really was bothered by so early on in this game, hashtag justice for Nick, is being so right now. This is a real change of plot. Says Teal and Gray are biggest threat right now. Do you want to join my alliance? Blue says, who are in it? Orange says everyone else. If it can't be an alliance with everybody else, because then it's just peace and harmony forever. Everyone else, I don't know about purple. Okay, well then it's not. Okay. Spaz suggests maybe attacking green because green hasn't done anything in a while. And green is sitting here waiting for the day that a fight is needed with thousands of units in queue. And purple says to us, chat, I genuinely don't know what to do.
Yes.
Oh, look at Nick. Nick's still in the game. He says, Lorhey, I told you, man. Should have stuck with me. XD. See, I don't know if Lorhey's still here. Spaz and Arizona are talking. Hey, Teal. Perp seems pretty dangerous right now. Is he talking to you? Okay. No one wants to make the move, especially when resources are so hard to come by on this map. Well, I'm trying to think about it from their perspective. I think a somewhat obvious move, if Teal and Gray want to wipe someone out, would be Orange, because it's far away from them and less risk. So that feels like the natural play. Orange is the player who just isn't bordering the rest of the players. Like, who's going to say no to that? No one's going to say no to that. Lorhey talking to Nick in heaven right now about what could have been. And Arizona is proposing that Purple be attacked. And Spaz is like, I'll do it if you can get everyone else to agree. And Yellow says I got hard shafted. I would agree. I would agree. I think this is a really unfortunate game for Yellow. I think it was the classic case where the bullies win. And unfortunately, I am actually now slightly impressed with the bully. I think Arizona Arizona Rangers actually doing a pretty good job, because if he's not chatting, he's totally going to be the guy that's killed. Also, is Green prepping to try and convert this Fatoria? Maybe Green didn't realize it was already converted by Orange.
Yes. Yes.
Arizona says, are you guys in? Blue says yes. Teal says yes. Okay, here, what Orange is doing is picking a plan.
Yes.
Like, making a plan and saying, this is what we're doing. Are you in? And people are actually saying yes. And Gray and Teal are like, well, let's think about this. Let's compare. Let's look at the wind is a little too, there's a little too much wind today. They're not like committed. And people just want someone to say what to do right now. Orange is that person. He says, let's go in. Only Perp for now. Perp first, then Gray. And they're including Spaz in this, by the way. So Spaz is like, I thought I was going to marry Gray. And Dr. Manfred didn't need to be told twice. He immediately goes after Purple. And yeah, this is about to start. I think everybody will be involved in this war at some point. Purple might not receive help. Green and Teal might do the same thing that they did before, just not support. This might be a little confusing for them. T90, was that a British accent when you were talking about wins? Not intentionally, but maybe it was, yes. So Purple's going to get slaughtered. And now Spaz says, take out Blue while he's gone. Oh! I didn't expect that. But it's true. Blue is on the offensive. He is no longer at home. And that's a good idea from Spaz if they wanted to kill somebody. I mean, oh man. He did do the tower trick. So the tower is right behind the castle. But should be able to get there anyways. Orange and Blue are together just as I suspected. This is Purple. Well,
Yes.
that's definitely the case. Purple will see if you receive any help. Spaz may choose to. Green just says, I'm really sorry. And I guess Green is going to join in against Purple. So Skillsoo feels bad. And now Blue is running. Blue is running. Blue is dead. Dr. Manfred is dead. Purple has one less person attacking now. That is crazy. And Gray remains strong. Gets the job done just like that. And now, I think it would become it'd be smart of Green to maybe stick with Purple. I think Green is kind of making a mistake, but Green might not realize that Blue is out of the game. There's the explosion, by the way. Go for Orange now. I will kill his army, says Spaz. Okay, so Spaz is definitely sticking with Gray. What does Green do, though? Green's still allied with Perp. Green, it is best for you to stay allied with Purple, I think. Oh, Oh, no, he joins. Wow, okay. So this means Arizona kind of has an ally. Of some kind. So Skillsoo turns on purple. Wow, okay, so we've got... Now, I guess teal is probably going to turn on green as well then. And then gray should as well. I think green felt a little peer pressured into this. But the situation immediately changed once blue was sniped. Also, blue was one of the players involved with killing Nick. The only one that remains would be Arizona Ranger. Now, of course, green, you know, didn't really support Nick. But depends how you look at it. The green is now against teal. So green turned on his team, basically, for a battle that is not what was advertised. It's just bad intel. Or just poor timing. That's crazy. Oh, green is so dead. Skillsoo is so dead. What unlucky timing. Manfred in chat says, sorry, Nick, I came to the defense of orange. Yeah, I mean, Nick is not very fond of orange. I think it made sense. Blue is a big team player. It's like whatever the team's going to do, Dr. Manfred is there to answer the call. That it was all he was doing. But green kind of did the same. Green fell into the same trap. Orange is making a move here on gray. That's a big 1v1 battle here. Is it enough, though? Probably will lose some trebs. Probably won't kill gray. Though the army count's not bad. Teal is still worried about... Like, teal and purple are still worried on green, so... Orange isn't getting hit at home. I think gray is too strong to die to this. I think there will be some support as well. But purple will hold. This feels like purple, gray, and teal are going to eventually, after a very long period of time, beat down green and orange. But purple had like 1,000 units in queue. So I think purple's unit production is going to pay off. Did I say purple? I meant green. Yeah, green's not going to go away quietly. I'm just thinking diplomatically. It's also weird. Gray is still trading through here, but green didn't turn on gray yet, which is a really big deal because he gets all this free gold. But gray is trading into... He's kind of trading towards orange, though, who he's fighting, so... Okay, question for my chat. If green says to purple and teal right now, sorry, I got it wrong. Let's team up and kill orange. Does that work? I think it might. Like, they have every right to just continue to kill him. But he's got a lot of resistance here. I don't know. He is starting to break. I guess it depends how he says it, right? He hasn't been a very aggressive individual. I think if he's just honest about it, it's probably his best chance. So I do think that orange can't talk his way out of this situation. But he did damage gray. And Arizona is asking purple for a truce. Arizona is also the only person that will actually speak to change things now. Unlike the losing team. Green doesn't seem to want to. He says, think about it. Sooner or later, teal will massacre you. That's probably true. But I think teal also really likes teal because teal is supporting him. Like, this is good support. If anything, gray might be the person that purple would make a move on. Purple's going to say, I don't care. Purple says, honestly, either way, I'm screwed. And Arizona, who's trying to be friends with him, says, true. Bro. That's where you say, no, you'll be fine with me. Saying true. It's not exactly most comforting. Purple says, I only have a chance playing the puppet of those two. Yeah, I think that's a realistic outlook on the situation. By the way, green is held. Pretty sick hold. But gray is advancing. Oh my god, purple's got... Or what's wrong with me? I mean, you can tell I'm getting tired. Orange has a lot of trebs here. And even more on the way. I want to show trade and stockpile. Green is almost out. Orange is low. Purple's low. So yeah, Spaz and Samara are going to be the top two in this game, at least with resources. Those are also the two that promise to marry each other. But eventually they should be aware that they're both top two. And they might make sneaky moves on each other. The king is actually in the TC for Spaz, which is wild, not the castles. Gray hasn't done as many fake castles, so it might be a little bit easier to guess. Orange is struggling here, and then won't be able to support green. And the only person I think that really would save orange if you were to convince the team, it wouldn't be teal. It's a death sentence for teal to just ally orange right now because teal turns on him. So, like teal and purple have to stay allied. Maybe gray. Try and get gray to settle down, but you just attacked him, so. Green says, orange and gray, can you help? Because you're next other way. Well, gray will not. Samara says, I will take my chances. They would not hurt a lady anyway. Oh, okay. So it's when Samara said queen, Samara meant queen. All right. Well, we'll see about that. It looks like green is going to go down soon. It looks like Arizona Ranger is going to go down soon. And from there, we have a very interesting situation. I mean, if green and orange die around the same time, Spaz is probably going to make a deal with Samara to kill off purple. And then maybe when they say, they'll both say yes to that, and then they'll both try and snipe each other. I don't know what happens. I think walling the king castle's fine, but it does make getting units out awkward sometimes. It does also make it obvious that you're there, but just an extra little layer of defense. Orange is losing all the trade. Orange is cooked. And green has lost a lot. Will eventually be cooked. The king is in that castle there, guys. Cav archers are on the way. Orange is trying to delete the walls to run away. Gray is diving. This is actually sick play from Gray to try and get in close. A lot of people don't run in early like this. I don't think it'll work, though. Too much castle fire. And then the king will, funnily enough, eject immediately after that. And there goes the king. Down here towards the south. Now, is that teal coming in to take the glory? Maybe? But the king is in the castle. Orange has a big military all of a sudden. Green, still not dead. But should die in time, just due to lack of resources. Need those siege rams in front when you're up against the Britons, guys. Siege rams in front, and their archer volleys are just going to hit the rams, and then your units can kill their units. Siege ram is the key against this. Crazy fights here. By the way, wood update. 836 wood, so that is 8.3 trees remaining on the map. And somehow there's some stone. Man, green is insane. Really well played. Green wasn't kidding when they said that they queued up all their units earlier. But I'm not seeing... Well, there's a lot queued up in the stables. There's a lot queued up in the barracks. So just not... Well, some of the archer ranges have a queue. So there's a couple hundred more units on the way. But green doesn't have gold. Green doesn't have wood. This is an expensive battle. And Spaz and Samara, the two destined to marry each other, it seems. Those two are the ones with resources, and purple and teal are the only ones with actual trade. Teal is trading through gray. Oh, hold on a second. Gray did that. Gray deleted those markets. So blue's dead, right? You can only... Well, hold on. Gray couldn't have done that because gray and blue are enemies. No, blue died as ally to gray. Blue never changed, I think. So she... Yeah, sorry, great. She should have been able to delete those. So, yeah, it all comes down to if the other person has enemied you or not. So blue didn't have the time, so that was definitely gray. And that's going to stall out the trade now for Spaz, which is a sneaky move. Because she doesn't have trade. And realizing the others do is probably not a good realization. Gray says, out of gold are we? And Arizona Ranger says, as are you, I assume. Well, unfortunately not for you. But I think that orange could put up a decent fight. 13 trade is actually still running through green's base. Where's it going? To that market. So that's some trips. Conquistador Hussar is pretty strong. And also Arizona is as stubborn as a mule and is not going to give up. That I know. So this is... I'll give props to green and orange. I thought they would both be dead. They both put up incredible fight. So I wasn't expecting them to still be in this game, and they are. Look at this fight. Yeah, good luck killing that ball of conquistadors. Everything's going to die to those Kongs. And then, like, the resources might not look good for the others when they all fight each other. Gray re-allied blue not too long ago, T90? Yeah, so I think it was gray. And gray could delete because blue never enemied. So it definitely seems like it was gray that did that. Also, gray wasn't fighting when those markets were deleted, so that's the only thing that makes sense. Skills who says to orange, I will try and boom them, okay? Oh. And Arizona says, I don't know. You're doing fine. I mean, that's like the first really positive pump-up type of Diplo we've seen from orange this game. Like, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't kill yourself. Green says, I don't feel fine. And he says, hold off as long as you can hold. Okay, that's fair. I think green no longer has a unit queue soon. Skillsy says, what if I can't hold any longer? And Arizona says, we pray. All right. Well, we'll see if prayer works. Green says, that's why. Boom. I think Arizona's going to try and chat. And is going back to gray. Is trying to talk to gray as gray is pouncing. So gray about this stalemate. See, this army's strong enough where gray might consider something. Gray's already thinking about winning. So gray may be okay with orange making a deal to boom one of the others or something. And gray doesn't have trade. Gray might take a sneaky alliance with orange. It is settled over here. They're bringing everything they can. Everything they can is being brought into the battle. They don't have allies to trade with anymore, so you bring the trade carts as a distraction. Purple apparently ran out of wood. 100 wood in the bank. That's bad for Mayans. What are you supposed to do? I guess make eagles. 54 on trade is still crazy. Gray trying to make a move, I guess. And Arizona says, haha, you're a ballsy one. I have a love-hate relationship with Arizona Ranger. Arizona Ranger is fun to have in a game. For better or for worse, the chat's always something else. So good. And the gameplay's solid. Really stubborn play. Like, Gray's going to get stubborn here. This is not going to work. This attack from Gray is going to be expensive. Green says, I'll go boom. I don't see another option. Yep, yep. I mean, green, you might as well. You have to try. Loop around the outside of the map and hope you can get in there. It's your life to lose. Don't let orange decide what you do with it. It's not like you guys were the tightest of allies anyways. I think green will make that move soon. And orange is holding. This is not as teal and gray expected. They thought they would have killed these players much faster, but there goes green. And gray is letting the others know that there's very good defense right now for orange. Now, okay, so green is going to try and use this weird terrain, which no one can build on, and move along the edge. And honestly, it's actually crazy this terrain is here. Because if you move along the edge, you can get behind anybody's base. Normally, you wouldn't be able to do that. I think green waited too long. Taking orange's advice is bad because someone will research treason now. Also, if purple's paying attention, those trebuchets could get the snipe. But there goes green. So yeah, when you're breaking somebody this easily, you should definitely be thinking about it. Easier said than done, and like I had predicted, orange does not have enough. Gray does not have enough to kill orange. Green doesn't know about some of these castles. Oh, green does know about those castles. Then what are we doing? Okay, but it's gonna work. It's gonna work because purple just happens to be right here. It's completely fine. This will still kill purple, I think. Now, do they think they just killed them? No, purple realized. Purple looked. Purple saw the animations there, and purple is going to flee. Good heads-up play from purple. Spaz is like, where is this? Well, check your farms, dude. You're about to find out. Honestly, could have been way worse for purple. Now, purple might need some wood to build a new market, though. Oh, there is one. But sick play from purple. Nice job from green. Salutes in chat for green. Green said, I didn't know. I couldn't see them. I tried to click my king outside, but it went inside. Ah, okay. Got it. Well, skills you well played anyways. I felt like it was an unfortunate timing for you to turn. Had blue not died, it would have made sense, but I think when blue died, it felt like you were going to be the odd man out there. Orange is still trying. Like, orange is so hard to kill. Everyone's against him. Says, so how about it? Now's your chance. Go for the win while they're busy with me. And Gray says, orange, I don't trust your Diplo, and you are already dead if you haven't noticed. Which is so true. And orange is pulling the same crap he used earlier with his teammate. Says, I don't know, man. I'm not the one who just got my army wiped. He refuses to quit. This guy just never gives up. And it is true. He is probably dead. And he says, do you think Teal saw that? Do you think Teal just saw you lose all your army? That little moment of weakness, he says? Dude, I'm telling you, Arizona Ranger is a great Diplo player, regardless of his treatment to Nick early on. He's so funny. Go watch the Master Gaslighter, or what did we title that? I think it was Gaslighter. Like, in Regicide Rumble was hilarious. Gray just won't even respond anymore. That's how you know someone's annoying to chat to or tough to break. You just don't talk to them anymore. Purple feels bad about green. But, I mean, you were attacked by purple, so... I respect that purple feels bad. Also think purple's trade income makes purple a threat. 54 on trade. No joke. No wood left on the map, remember. 8 trees somewhere. Gray is still trying to say Spaz, which is banned. Spaz, orange is done for. Will you honor the agreement after he is dead?
Yes.
And Spaz says yes. So in the game, for those that missed it, I'm going to just spoil. So basically what Arizona Ranger kept doing in that Gaslighter game is he would like... He wasn't helping his allies as his allies were struggling. And then his allies would be like, yo, where were you? What, like, why weren't you here? What's going on? And he would somehow make them feel bad about the situation. And just get by with not investing resources into helping them. Like, he just had everyone somehow feeling like genuinely good allies just feeling bad. And just picking sides all the time. Orange, you gotta pay attention here. Because that's a problem. They didn't ban Spaz's name, but apparently you can't say Spaz in the game because of the stupid chat filter. Which is crazy. Yo, Heldon, thank you for the gifted subs. Dodges in chat, thank you. Guys, Orange is gonna die. It could be now. Oh, man. These units have just run right through. Horrible for Orange. He doesn't see it. I think he's focused on all the other armies. Does not see this. The end for Arizona Ranger. Potentially. He's definitely just looking on the front. Bit of a T90 blind moment for Ranger. Happens to the best of us. And the rally point for the king should be forward. Because that's where his conks are going, right? So it'll go there. And Dunzo. Arizona Ranger gets to talk it out with Nick in heaven. I wonder if Nick is still in the game. And he calls the GG. Well, we knew it would come down to these three based on how it was going, right? And so we quickly check the stockpiles again. The stockpiles are definitely better for Spaz. Spaz doesn't have as much wood, but Spaz has way more on food, and way more gold. So Gray, who respects Ranger and says goodbye, had previously had an arrangement to marry Spaz and kill whoever was left. But I think it actually makes sense for both of these two to not marry each other, but to work with Purple. Use the person that's left against the other. That's the thing that makes the most sense for me. And now Gray goes Purple, 3 left. How do we play it? See, this is what I'm talking about. You promised love. This is greater than alliance. You promised love. Says Teal is way ahead. No match for either of us. Well, apparently not a match for you. You were supposed to be his queen. So this is the thing. Being Mayans, ain't no way I win this as Purple. I like that from Purple. Purple could still get this win. You got to downplay your position. Having said that, Purple's position isn't that good anyways. So Purple says, so it's between the two of you. Convince me to side with you. Oh, Purple's saying this to both. Oh, Purple wants to be pampered. Oh, he just told both of them to basically try and win them over. Gray says, will you have better chances if we fight, or do you want more? That's not good. Go back to the queen thing. Offer love or something. I don't know. Yeah, and let's go with Spaz. Spaz says, I fought to defend you this entire game. That's a pretty good argument. I think Spaz wins. Purple, if Spaz's argument doesn't win, you're a little stupid. This is not even close. Gray has offered very little, and Teal has literally spilled blood in the battlefield with you for a long time. Says, I gave you res when you needed it. I fought to defend you. And of course, the sheeps of friendship. Yeah, I think Spaz also gave sheeps earlier. Those are 3 very valid arguments. Gray says, I'm not a fan of handing victory to anyone. Well, hold on. I'm missing stuff. Grace is kind of sad to attack Purple, but I have made no deal with him and honor comes first. Well, it doesn't sound... Technically, that might be true. That's funny. Technically, it might be true because purple didn't accept your deal. You made no deal. You offered, but it was not accepted. Nick is still here, still chatting away. Nick, I'm going to rig you in a game with the people that killed you, and we're going to see what happens the second time. Actually, that might not be good. Teal says, what do we do? Let's have some fun fighting Teal's stronghold. I don't know. Purple says, I think about it. I'm so cooked. Purple kind of makes the decisions here because purple is of value. Purple says, I stay neutral towards both of you. What? You stay neutral towards the person that defended you, that gave you the sheeps of friendship, and that gave you resources? I don't know. I'm becoming very pro Spaz right now. Feeling kind of bad for Spaz. Purple says, that would sound too pretentious from my part. Purple looking for trade cards. Oh, no, don't treb the Fatoria. That's actually huge. That's wood. No, don't treb it. Go convert it. Go convert it. Okay, well. I mean, purple is Mayan, so purple couldn't convert it. I think Berbers do get redemption, and Burgundians do. So that was actually a pretty good move, I guess. Purple says, you two have to fight it out. And Gray says, it could go differently, but the choice is really yours. This is like, I feel like if we were a family, I would be like, if you three don't decide where we're going for dinner or what we're doing this afternoon, within 2 minutes, I decide for you. I feel like a dad saying that. But that's kind of where we're at. It's been a long game. And neither player, like, it absolutely makes sense to not make a move if purple's going to join a side. But purple doesn't really want to join a side. I'm just surprised. I thought from what Spaz said that purple would absolutely back up Spaz. Purple is correct. Purple is looking at it from the perspective of, I will never win this game. And maybe it's better for purple if purple doesn't get involved and the others two kill each other. So that's kind of obvious. Didn't think about that, but Spaz is going to make a move. And Spaz says go. Almost like Gray is going to back up. And Gray says it is decided. Yeah, so I think Spaz and Gray are going back to their original deal. And Gray is going to loop in. Yeah. So, I mean, purple's right. Purple's like, I'm not going to win. And, well, yeah, purple, you're not. These two are actually going to kill you all first and work together. Which is what they were thinking originally. You got to make a big move here. Dude, this is so good for Gray. Spaz says it was an honor. This is amazing for Gray because if the king explodes, it's not anywhere near Gray's castle. Gray is pretty far away from all this. Purple couldn't get the other two to fight each other. Didn't necessarily join a side. And honestly, a little surprised it went this way. I thought... I wasn't expecting Spaz and Gray to have an agreement to be allies here in the next conflict. I thought it was all going to revolve around them fighting. What you could do is you could use this moment and betray Teal's trust to try and snipe him. If you're Gray. But yeah, now Purple's running, and now Purple's running right into Teal's base. And Gray says, you can bomb Teal. This is amazing for Gray. You can bomb Teal. That would help me. Oh, Spaz, you're in trouble, buddy. And Purple says, good luck, Gray. And Spaz is... Oh, my God. Spaz's king is right here on screen. Spaz, you better run. It took all the 30 seconds for this to happen. Again, like, poor Spaz. Wait, the king is running. I don't know if that's far enough. I don't know if that's far enough. It's going to be really close. Oh, ran away. Ran away. Oh, the king was just coming back to the castle. There's no more castle to hide in. And now, naturally, teal and gray are going to turn on each other. And, well, Spaz doesn't have much of a base anymore. Let's see if Spaz can get the job done. No, Spaz! No, Spaz went to the menu! Oh, went to the diplomacy menu, and the bombard cannons go down. And now Gray's gonna build a wonder. I don't know if it's gonna come to that. Teal took heavy losses to that bomb. And Gray's got 150 military to just come in here and wipe up everything. And Gray is going to triumph here. Killed 3 kings in this game. Killed blue. Killed orange. Killed red. Some big names. Held peace with teal for a very long time. Went up to the very end. Also was able to somehow form... not necessarily a standard agreement with purple. But I mean, it worked out that purple didn't take Spaz's deal. And Spaz is going to die. This castle will go down. Who was it earlier that said that Gray is dangerous because of the sniping potential? I think it was Orange that said it. The great Arizona Ranger with all his wisdom. Well, there's a lot of camels. Gray is losing a lot of units. Hold up. What if Gray can't make more units? Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Spaz survives. And quick look to Gray's stockpiles. Oh, man. I was kind of hoping that Gray would have, like, be struggling there. No, Gray's in a great spot. So Gray could recover from that. But Spaz destroyed the Wonder. With all this stuff on the front as well. Spaz is still going to be in this. I thought it was kind of over. Camels. Think of the army for Berbers, too. Camels and elite camel archer is really good against what Gray is making. And Gray, I don't know. I actually do not think Gray can kill this much army if Spaz can gather it all together. It's unfortunate for Spaz the bomber cannons are so exposed, but there's going to be a lot of them, guys. Spaz can win this. And also, I'm going to take a stance. I think Spaz deserves to win this because Spaz did not deserve that explosion from purple. Spaz fought with purple, was heavy in aid of purple. And if purple had to make a choice, I think maybe should have chosen Spaz because of what Spaz did. And Gray is probably like, oh no. My perfect ending, my perfect story. This isn't going to be it for me. Gray says, I have 4K wood, 8K gold. Which is correct. Spaz says, not much wood left. And 8K gold. And way too much food. Yeah. T90 Spaz attacked him first, though. Did Spaz attack purple first? Oh, you mean like moments ago? Or earlier in the game? I mean, Spaz attacked because it was a team decision, I guess, from Gray, and I don't know. Nick says, hope Teal wins. All the traitors are dead. Justice. Nick lives on. Nick lives on. This is true. I forgot about the whole Nick angle. Everything is dead. Oh my god. Wait, is that king in a siege tower? Since when can you put a king in a siege tower? Is this a feature or a bug? King in a siege tower was never possible before. And Gray is going to escape. Put the king in the tower. I hope they never fix that. Nobody report that. And oh my god, Spaz did repair the castle. Oh my god. Oh my god, Spaz. The king. Run. No way. I think this is the end for Spaz. Gray's going to do it. Ah, no way. Run, 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 run. Block. Block. Camel archers. Camel archers. Camel archers. No! Spaz dies. Holy crap. What a finish, man. Wow, I gotta hand it to Gray. It looked so bad for her. She's losing her whole base, and she just brings everything. She loops it around. She goes for one last attempt. She was totally dead here if she didn't try that. Like, Teal would have had the better army, had more resources. And man, oh man, what a finish. And also, the King of the Siege Tower, that is a new thing, guys. That is a new thing. This is not possible at any other point on DE. That must have been a recent change. I'm all for that. Because you could bring your king in with some sort of safety in case you run into a castle or something, too. Oh, man. Spaz in chat says, I lost my pop space. I mean, it makes sense. You got boomed so heavily. I think hindsight being 2020, maybe you have to repair that castle. But, I mean, even still, it was super close. I mean, there's not many units left. Those camel archers were here to save the day. So, Gray ends up on top, ends up winning it, in what was a pretty ridiculous game. This is pizza, of course. Not a peaceful pizza, but a piece of pizza. Yeah, just, this was kind of a brutal one. I mean, like, for those that were maybe rooting for Nick, very disappointed in this game. Other players got killed off in some ways that many may argue was deserved or not deserved. But that's the thing about community games. Anything can happen. People who deserve to live die. People who deserve to die sometimes live. And people who deserve victory, well, they get the victory in this case. I think Gray and Teal played very well. It felt for a very long time that those two were going to be the victors. The only thing I'll say again, it was just when it came time to decision time there for Purple, how does this game go? If Purple's like, you know what, Teal, you're right. You fought with me. I'm going to team with you against Gray. I don't think Gray wins. I think Spaz wins in that case because this was already advantage to Spaz if that King snipe didn't come in. So, wow. Great game. Let's look at the stats for that. Lots of kills there. Burr felt very strong there from Spaz. Great job. 2-1 KD. Obviously, KD pretty good as well. For, well, it's pretty decent for some of the other players. I wouldn't say it was necessarily insane. Spaz was going around the map, chopping trees very early on, so did chop more wood than others, and must have had crop rotation farms, because that is a lot of food. Lorhey's whole plan ended early, right? Lorhey's plan was to send resources to those around the world and watch them kill each other. Well, he wasn't expecting them to use those same resources on him. That was kind of interesting. And then obviously there's just the society stats there, maybe the timeline, maybe the APM as well. Look how fast Gray was at the end, clicking that king. Great stuff. Yeah, good point. It is possible that maybe the King in the Siege Tower is part of the mod and not in the actual game right now. So maybe I've always thought kings don't go in siege towers because that's not doable in the main game. But maybe the King Boom mod added it. We'll have to double check. I'm sure someone could easily check and just kind of let us know. But I am very pro King in siege tower. The siege tower moves slower than the king does when the king is running. And this could be like a new meta. To put a king in a siege tower, roll it into someone's base, and boom it. Like, you could use this instead of running into Castle Fire. Imagine when Skillzoo tried that. If Skillzoo had a siege tower, that king wouldn't have gone down. Also, can you eject kings over walls? Yo! Okay, let's go. I mean, my brain's going crazy here. Anyways, the people who watch this, I hope that you stuck around despite the controversial topic that was discussed, the whole pineapple on or off pizza topic. Thank you for watching this map. We had 836 wood remaining, 323 stone remaining. Well played to the players. This was not easy to play. Easy for us to sit up here, be critical of one's decisions as we see the whole thing and have our biases. But another crazy game. Another crazy community game. And now I'm hungry for pizza. Damn. We got less memes than the first one, but we got some good memes here. So, chat, as always, to determine the best meme, you need to give a 1 through 10 ranking for the memes. There's a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 memes for meme review from that game. Here we go. I'm thinking this meme has got to be close to 10 already. This is so funny, dude. This is so funny because the relics were lopsided, remember? So the relics didn't generate properly. So someone immediately was like, hold on a second. What can we do? And they found a lopsided pizza. They added the relics. And yeah, I mean, the rest is pretty self-explanatory. That's really good. That pizza also looks really bad. It looks upside down. Are we looking at cheese? Looks like we're looking at the crust. That pizza looks horrible. Okay. This was good. Per the pineapple discussion. This was good. I like this. This is a quality meme. Depending on what side of the conversation you're on, I guess. Not bad. None pizza with left beef? I guess you're talking about the first one. Quality meme. Chat, you're cracking me up. Okay, next one. Next one. Next one. It's not even that good a meme. But, like, poor Nick got completely brutalized in that game. That, to me, is hilarious. Just fitting the situation is just so good. Oh, man. That's good. That's funny. Justice for Nick. Justice for poor Nick. Also, along the same lines, I don't know how you found the blurriest, most outdated image of a guy in a boat surrounded by sharks you could find. It's probably hard to find those images. But this fairly fitting to the situation there, I guess. Apparently, did Nick make this? Huh. All right. Well played, Nick. So, someone tried to say Fatoria in that game and misspelled it to Fatoria. So, someone was like, oh, I know what I can do. Fatoria plus pizza equals Fatoria. Nice. I like it. That's a good meme. Yeah, I think I agree. Meme rankings need to go from 1 to 11 because people, when they laugh the most, will type 11. That's very foolish of me. Sorry. That should have been obvious. I think we have 2 more. So you have to... You have to take a second with this one. This is pretty good. I like it. Lorhey thought he was in full control. And then everybody turned on him. Everyone he sent resources to turned on him. And ended up killing him. So here I can zoom in a little bit more if you need to see more of it. But that perfectly describes Lorhey's situation. I think the next one's my favorite, chat. Oh, God. Sorry. Purple's like, nah. Like, what were the deals? Gray on one side of the equation offered, like, very little. And then Spaz was like, I, like, gave you resources. I fought with you and spilled blood in the battlefield. I gave you the sheep of peace. And Purple's like, eh. And then it did feel somewhat natural for Purple to boom Teal after they all started fighting Purple. But, like, there was that point where I thought Purple was just going to be like, oh, yeah, I'll just team with Teal. Purple's in chat right now, says it's too overwhelming. There's no way for me to make proper decisions. It's all right. Apparently, Purple feels very bad right now. But, oh, Shulker also says, can confirm Kings were given the ability in the King Boom data mod to garrison in siege towers, but it is not a thing for the base game. Okay, good to know. So if you're playing a Regicide game, don't try and put your king in a siege tower unless you're using that mod, because you will embarrass yourself. Okay, perfect. Well, good memes.